We're like teasing the people like, well, but you can't see. Let's just.
Well, the teams got started. I was just ready to go, man.
All right, so you're talking about the keeper.
I was talking about the keeper. I mean, they made a point of batting in Game 2. They won it in Game 1. Immobilize is great against Rally. I wouldn't be surprised to see them pick it up here right away. So either way, they made banning out Deadwood and Moon Queen here. Didn't really want to fall into the trap. I believe that they were kind of feeling when they saw that Moon Queen got locked up in Game 1. So otherwise, that Lodestone performance by B-Kid, man, warranted a quick counter by Moon Meander. Sorry, B-Kid drafted it, but Moon Meander, just absolutely crushing. You see right there, it's like, no, man. We're not dealing with that again. That hero is just absolute monstrosity. So taking that out, as well as Tundra. Actually kind of addressing the Moon in two categories there.
Yeah.
Two flavors of his. So otherwise, Rally and Ophelia locked up. So still favoring that combination. Master of Arms is still on the board. So it's something that if I were Complexity, even if I didn't want the Ophelia Master of Arms combination, I would still like to see them pick it up here if they were going for something like Keeper of the Forest to prevent IG from getting it.
You see a little bit of fun talking going on in chat right there, but that's an interesting ban. I mean, a couple of things. Vindicator ban, first off. That was by his B-Kid by the second ban. I mean, that seems out of left field, so I'm not sure if there's any.
I've seen Vindicator. They actually played. Remember we were watching one of their games against.
Okay, yeah. Noob G was playing. You're right, yeah.
And it was against who? It was just yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. They beat
a
pretty good
2 days
team.
ago, yeah.
Didn't they knock Yia down? No.
AFK, the AFK Cows team, the Vietnamese Dream.
Okay,
yeah.
Sure, yeah, but they used Vindicator in that matchup, so
okay.
So taking it out there.
I mean, it's just if this is game 1, I guess sure, but it's just game 3. It's just kind of weird to me. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's still a case of they've ran it, so.
Yep. Either way, it is going to be taken out here, which is I want to see that hero now that he gets the changes and overall buff. So either way, Pandemonium pretty much banned. I think it was all 3 games here. So just really fearing that hero's capacity for having that lane control, the gank capacity, as well as the late game carry now. You can't really counter that immobilized. So yeah, Panda being a heavy threat in this version so far. Predator, he was banned out Game 1 by IG, still not being addressed. Master of Arms is perceptive to the fact that maybe they are favoring something. That tells me even more so that they're favoring something like Keeper of the Forest, going against a potential rally pick for that immobilize and just in general wanting to sort of cheese him with the Team Riser. Should probably be Moon playing the Keeper in this game. I don't really like the passive Keeper jungle in that matchup, not in this metagame, because as I said, you saw what happens when the mid gank happens. Tempest got active. He landed the Elemental Void. I mean, I think they got the gank off with the Ophelia first, but that counter response. This is how quickly things can get out of hand. So either way, shaping up to be a good game here.
Well, Mage Bane, blind ban both the first 2 games by IG, not this third game, not even address this third game. So I'm also kind of curious about that, if we may see something now with this Mage Bane here in this third game for Complexity's side. I mean, IG was the one that was blind banning it, so it's another thing also to kind of keep in mind. But the first pick, not going to be so obvious for Beacon, apparently. Going to think about it a little bit, but you could always fall back to the Swagmas in the end.
He's like, you know what? No. You're going to see what happens when. Well, I like the Swag Miss when you actually get to pair it with something like a Keeper of the Forest. It makes your initiation a lot easier.
Yeah.
Less weight. When it's only like the Magnus as a primary initiator, it becomes a lot harder to land that combination. Combined with Keeper of the Forest, though, it is a whole different story.
Yeah. So going that Magnus here, and again, you're definitely leaning towards that Keeper first pick, as you've been stating. So we'll see if that ultimately is what BK goes with here.
Yeah, and this lock pull is actually, honestly, I think it favors Complexity, because if they pick Keeper of the Forest, they can't actually get a combination like the Ophelia Rally without giving them Keeper Tempest, So kind of just takes a lot of powerful heroes out of the lock pool without having to sacrifice as much on Complexity's end. Faye did receive nerfs, not only in the fact that she can't use that Bound Eye during her ultimate. The Deep Shadows got nerfed. That was a minor change in the end. It was more like that was kind of stupid that she could do that. On top of the fact that Dust does now reveal. So there are more tools for dealing with a Fade. She did lose that super cheese factor.
Well, it seems like we've been seeing a lot of Dust lately, too, even because of that change. So it seems like we've seen more of that.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
Definitely some hits to Fade there, but ultimately still a great ganking hero. Gives you some still some strong map presence, of course, when it comes down to it. So we'll see how IG uses her this game. Back to Complexity side. Again, look at that timer. We all know what happened the first game. Let's keep that. There you go.
Well, Noob G's not a hero that's necessarily shy of playing something like a Mage Bane. There is a Fade already, so Mage Bane didn't receive the ban out this game, Fade and a Mage Bane. But I mean, not that.
There you go.
that they basically forced the Mahebane over the onto the Hellborn team with that pickup. But I think they were aware of that. You know, I think they're given the Keeper of the Forest, given the Magmas here, they are looking to have a lot of lockdown. And Oogie, I mean, you can't give away the Keeper Tempest in a situation like this. That is going to be so much lockdown for him to just tear through. He has the AoE with his skill set across the Tarquake and that.
And his Primal Surge.
I don't know.
Conflagrate, yeah. He's a fun hero, man. We did get to see a taste of him yesterday in the match we jumped into, but now we get to see him from the beginning. He's making his debut in Honcast in essence. This is exciting, and we'll probably see him in Tralfamador's hands too, I would think. I mean, I don't see why not, unless maybe somebody else is a little more comfortable.
He loves that hero, or at least.
Yeah. And I love the Nymphora synergy on top of that, too.
There's no carry player that doesn't love playing Oogie. I mean, this is fun. He's a really active hero across the board. You can use that Tarquake all the time in fights. Just you get the feeling like you're playing sort of as a god, too. Yeah. So
that's true.
Oogie making more of a statement finally here. We've been waiting to see it. It was just a matter of when. And
again, the synergy, too, with Nymphora I love, with the Grace of the Nymph especially. So that'll be very useful for him.
Oogie's lore here in front of me just to learn a little more about him, but unfortunately
skin he goes with. I just love the Conflagrate animation, too, where he just, like, runs around crazy.
I think you should go with the default. This is an absolute,
Insania, man. They're thinking about
they don't like this. They can't give him Keeper Tempest. They know that. With the Oogie, that would just be complete dominance. Parasite's an obvious pickup from here. Combined with Nymphora Magmas, it provides an easy gank partner. Able to get active a little bit sooner in this Tempest. Of course, I mean, it doesn't stop Tempest from making something happen in that middle lane. Maybe in this Fade Pyro matchup, but then they're forced to run something like a Magebane where, we'll see whether he goes that Iron Shield route like we saw Tralf when he previously played the Magebane with Pull to Regen, just allowed him to have a lot more presence. And the thing is, though, even with that, Magebane relies on that Mana Bird to do damage. Even if he burns out that Keeper of the Forest, I'd say Tempest comes out to try to gank. Unless he's level 6 with that ultimate, you're not going to be dropping the Keeper, and even then, it's arguable. So, Keeper of the Forest, he can still contest a lot of Magebane's farm if they choose to do that 1v1 matchup.
Yeah.
So honestly, it does favor them across the board.
So you get pulled region, you see Oogie going to get a health potion, at least pulled to him early on. So Magebane does get pulled the Tangos, but buying the health potion himself. So I just love the fact we get to see Oogie, and it's being played by Tralfamador here. So really looking forward to that. That's just kind of a cherry on the top of what's already going to be a great Game 3, I'm sure. What's been a great series. So.
Have we casted the Oogie?
Well, again, yesterday we dove into them at Mr. Ling for Locomotives was playing against Absolute Legends.
That didn't count.
But exactly, that's what I was saying earlier. It's like we jumped into it. It was already established by then. I want to see it from the beginning and develop through the game. So this is in a sense he's making his debut here in Honcast with that.
Tempest wanted to, he's. Yeah, they are. Wait, I'm sorry. I don't even know why I was saying Tempest. They obviously have the Ophelia there, so either way. Yeah, no, that's even more in favor of that early roam coming out from the Legion side. So.
Yeah. See Trelf right
here.
So
focus on the Keeper Tempest for a sec.
Move to the top lane. Keeper using those minions, but look at Magebane chasing the animated trees.
Yeah, looking at that 1v1 matchup too, man, it's a lot easier for Oogie sort of handle this Tempest matchup, in my opinion, too, than it is for Magebane against Keeper of the Forest. A lot of early mana being burned out, but he did get the ward plays to stop the pull, so worth it to him.
I mean, it was spotted. It was right in front of Magebane, though, so
I know.
We see the rev right away, obviously, with that change.
Well, people need to get the gold for it first.
That's true. They aren't free, so you will need to get the gold initially. We'll see.
And potentially he's going to stop it all the way until the 2.5 mark, so it prevents the stack, and it does just give him those early waves where he actually really does want those against the Magebane to try to control the CS.
Yeah.
You notice right here, it's quickly pre-hitting each of those creeps once to allow him to last hit it without real much contest here at the tower. Looks like Keeper of the Forest is privy to that and is actually getting in his face and landing out those denies.
Yeah.
So.
Good job by Moon. Obviously, he's very experienced when it comes to that. I was going to say, nice job. I'm going at the bottom. Like, Zivik denying one of his own creeps. The elementals right there as Oogie was chasing it. So. It seems like, though, I mean, what are your thoughts on this match? It seems like Oogie's honestly fares pretty well, especially with that Tarquake against the minions and whatnot. Can get some decent
he does just fine. He does great, actually. And Well, he's going to be able to CS just fine. I mean, Tempest will hold in there for a while, but Tarquay can be a lot of harassment to those minions. But besides that, he does have the pulled health potion, so being able to go Hatchet Shield plus a pulled health potion, there's nothing Tempest can do to really break through his defenses.
Yeah. Magebane and Keeper of the Forest, they are just going at it here. It's a brawl up here. Slugfest as far as life being lost. But and yeah, no kills obviously happen. I mean, Moon knows that Magebane not the biggest threat for finishing him off necessarily.
Well, once again, when he's burned, Magebane's actually not really going to be hitting him hard at all. He went for that shield hatchet route and doesn't have the most auto attack damage. Honestly, it all comes from the burn. Level 2 combustion here. Yeah, the mono combustion. Come on, who calls it that?
What the hell was that?
That was Oogie.
That was auto attack? Oh, I guess it's when his Kindled Fury is ready to go. That was very makes a point that his Kindled Fury goes right there. Actually, the Tarquake. Yeah, jeez. I mean, he is out of mana now. It's very mana costly early on.
Well,
so.
yeah, but it's Oogie.
It is Oogie. There's a Scarab pickup. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Blood Chalice on him. I mean, I wonder if that is going to be a Blood Chalice or a Ring of the Teacher.
He restores his mana thanks to his Kindled Fury, man. So he doesn't like. Yeah, missing mana on Oogie is not something that.
That's true.
That's not a problem.
Yeah, this hero's awesome. You're right. Yeah, I honestly totally overlooked that.
I mean, you said you haven't been used to it. This is the first time seeing Oogie. Yeah, it's fine.
It's going to take some time to be used as any new hero, but yeah, I mean, this is why people thought he was going to be so threatening with because his synergy of his abilities is just ridiculous when it comes down to it. So, which is a good thing. I mean, for me, that's a sign of a good hero creation. But
yeah, if there's one thing more dangerous than an Oogie, it's an Oogie with a pretty sound farm early game and sitting here at 300 gold per minute, and the lane control is going to be tilting more and more in his favor as time goes on.
Yeah.
I'm fearing for him, but they do have that counter pick there in the Magebane. It is a very strong counter pick to Oogie indeed.
Oh yeah.
There are ways around. You go Shrunken Heads, you can go Sheep Sticks, and overall team composition across the board here to deal with Magebane before he's able to deal with Oogie does definitely help with the issue. On top of the fact where if they're able to create that early snowball advantage and lock him down, then yeah, sure. Picking up the Ring of the Teacher really early here, and you know what that leads itself to, Breaky. Not sure how used you are to seeing some of these builds, but Gnome's Wisdom comes out for Oogie.
Yeah.
And that is, looking at how much mana he uses, it is an incredible tool for him.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, similar to like a Torturer, as we see it on him all the time, as least if he's in that farming role. So, Sender going to be timing out here, so.
One thing to remember, too, is Gnome's Wisdom did get a little bit of a buff in having that 50% mana regeneration aura added onto it, so.
Yeah, you're right,
not the biggest deal, but every little bit counts. And it was actually interesting to hear because I actually didn't share the same sentiment. But he said Nova during one of the Balance podcasts I had with him. He actually said he thought Gnome's Wisdom was better than Abyssal Skull pretty much explicitly before, and now it's just even more so.
Huh.
I didn't necessarily share that same thought. I thought Abyssal was a fantastic item, but now, especially with the changes, I can see a lot more people leaning towards that Gnome's Wisdom.
Yeah. This is kind of unfortunate, right? I mean, you look at Sender, he is all the way back at base, and he's full life, full mana, so more than likely, the DC, of course, causing him to do that, and this does mean Fate is, by herself currently.
Yeah,
so.
Well, on the plus side, look where the creep control is, so
yeah.
Actually, it really doesn't affect her that much at all, thankfully.
Not going to be the worst thing in the world in the end, so. Speaking of that middle matchup, we really haven't referred to it yet, but you do got Fate 17-5 against the Magnus, who's 11-1 currently.
Mm-hmm.
So Fate is winning that matchup here, so good for IG, for Internet Gangsters. Fuzi playing that Fate, of course. And Sandy, in the meantime, has yet to be able to set up a gank just yet. He does currently have a Vagabond later, so just going to continue to farm with him most likely, looking around the camps. Nothing really spawned yet, so.
Yeah, comparing the farming rate of the Ophelia, I mean, Parasite's about 10 to 20% ahead, so as we know, Parasite does farm a bit faster than Ophelia, taking over Creep right now, whereas Ophelia is actually moving over towards a Creep camp, try to clean it up, so yeah, either way.
I don't know what he means by that. Overlay, please.
Maybe so that there's no ghosts, I think, because of 6 minutes.
Oh, wait, that doesn't even make sense.
That
literally makes no sense.
They'll be able to see the window anyway.
They'll be able to see the window anyways, yeah. I mean, yeah, so anyways.
I mean, at this point, everything's already seen. We've tapped through the stats. It's not like it's going to change much.
Overlay. That's a world of delay and how it works, so unfortunately. But But yeah, so Center obviously timing out right there. Hopefully comes back pretty shortly. I mean, if it does keep up, if it lasts even a couple more minutes here, I mean, we may look to perhaps go into a very short break. But for now, I mean, let's hope that he does return here shortly. And yeah, I mean, again, excited to see OG here.
Yeah, we talked about the lanes before. Okay, once again, lane control is a bit on the fade side, so he doesn't care too much that, you know, once again, the Pyromancer disconnected. Oogie already up here in the bottom lane. That was actually substantially, so 16-7 to Tempest's 8-3, and as Oogie levels up and levels up, I mean, it's just going to get worse and worse for him, so definitely took control of this matchup, and I don't really expect to see a turning point here. Ophelia is not the kind of jungler that can just like hop over to the other side of the map and make something happen. It would need to be like a Fade or a Pyromancer ganking. And, you know, even then, they're sort of locked down to that lane. You can't leave a Fade alone here against this Nymphora Mag. So Oogie's going to continue to pretty much have a sound time in this matchup. Meanwhile, compare that to the Mage Bane versus the Keeper of the Forest. The Keeper of the Forest, you know, they usually say if you're not winning your safe lane, you know, you are. I mean, if you're not winning the safe lane substantially, you're kind of losing that case because there are a lot of 1v1 matchups that can handle it. So, in a case like this, Keeper of the Forest against Mage Bane, where he's actually getting out farmed by the Keeper, that's not a nice way that you want to see it. On top of the fact that Parasite here in the jungle is going to be able to farm a little faster than Ophelia. Ophelia, as a hero, is providing a bit more to her team, I feel, with her skill set. But that's offset by Parasite's ability to farm and the early pickoffs that can create that sort of edge.
So, okay, so I mean, yeah, again, while we're waiting in this break, but it looks like he is starting to reconnect, actually. So, never mind on that.
He actually has a good computer.
There we go. Yeah, there you go. that was horrendous. Was that the first game, I believe?
No.
Took forever to rejoin. So, that was Peter Pan Dam, I believe it was. But yeah, Sender able to join back in immediately, and then. Okay, so as soon as he is good, set up back in, we'll be good to go and resume on with this one.
Extra 2 minutes here for the
we can draw boxes
replay to catch up, and I'm kidding. I'm not even sure how long we've been in a pause here for this. I'm just drawing boxes right now.
Don't start that again.
No.
Don't start that again. Okay, well, while we are still waiting, let's actually just kind of give you guys a quick reminder of what to expect again this weekend. So obviously this will be the final game here for today, but as you can see, Saturday and Sunday coverage does continue, starting at 12 Eastern, followed up by another matchup at 3:30. Again, the first day, so on that Saturday, I believe the later match will be the grand final matchup, or not the grand, excuse me, the winner's bracket final matchup, where the winner of that will obviously be going to DreamHack. And then on Sunday, that final match at 3:30 Eastern, 21:30 Central European Time, will be the losers bracket finals, which then will be the other team going to DreamHack Summer 2013. So that's, again, expect that this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun, both Saturday and Sunday, as usual. On the weekends, 2 matches happening each of those days that we're going to be covering. So a lot of coverage to come here this weekend, and a great finish, I'm sure, to what's already been a crazy event. I mean, we've had some crazy results, even continuing today. Justice League continuing their ride, taking out Team 2-0. So fun seeing that. Oh, and Sandia's coming up here, so he is going to go for a gank with the Vagabond leader. Mage Bane coming in with the auto attack, trying to hero block him in the meantime, moving in just a little bit too fast. While that's happening, bottom lane Parasite also going in for a kill, and ends up picking off Tempest right there, with Oogie actually getting credit for the kill. So Bloodlust for Complexity.
Yeah, I didn't get to see what kind of creep Riser came out there with, but
I believe it's a Skeleton King. Yeah,
I'm actually looking at the ward. They actually didn't ward for the Tempest at all, so yeah, that is kind of ultra surprising considering how easily he can be punished by this Oogie. And taking a look at into that, now that Riser's level 5, Oogie's level 6, Riser's not far himself, so as far as going behind that tower and punishing him thoroughly, that's now especially that he's not going to have that ultimate for quite a while. I mean, that's I don't know, man.
Yeah, it does look like Sender is going to, unfortunately, I don't get what they don't get this concept of the delay. Anyways, we will jump into a short break. I think we might as well this time around. Again, there wasn't too much time in between, so let's jump into a short break right here. You know, get a community video perhaps on. And, you know, we'll instead of just rambling on here, we'll try to get this sorted out as far as Sender reconnecting and actually getting game number 3 moving on. So hopefully not too many more delays that we will have to deal with here. Are we good? Okay, it looks like we are good. So we are going to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, game number 3 are going to be resuming. We got Internet Gangsters taking on Complexity here. Winners bracket semifinal. Stay tuned, guys.
Wish you could see it through my eyelids when I'm playing my shit. Everybody silent. I don't even wanna nod. The yes man's love it, but that's a job. And then I'm walking out the mall and I'm almost at the door and that's when I hear off. I knew that was you, please hold my arm. Swear in the circles all I bump in my car. That's when it gets hard to not feel like a star when they know who you are. I stay modest and honestly I'm appalled that I've gotten this far on the shoot that I'm on. Sometimes, yeah, I feel so high. And then I fall right out the sky. And then I fall right out the sky. I know sometimes I feel so high. And then I fall right out the sky. And then I fall right out the sky. She say I'm cute, she say I'm cool. To all her friends I make my move. I'm feeling like I'm that dude. Don't gotta spit game, I'm already that smooth. I leave my pessimism in the stands, but soon as I shoot, my conscience yell boo. As soon as I walk up to talk all my stuff, I honestly can't move. That's my insecurity like a mall cop. But I'm trying to leave with something like a car lot. Pick one, pick two, but they all hot. And I'm trying to get you up to my spot. She know my name, she trying to play it off. I seen that ring, she trying to take it off. And I wanna approach, but my thoughts ain't helping me float, so I'm rolling off. Yeah, I feel so high.
Please go bot and shut the fuck up.
Please go bot, Andro.
I know you. Your past. Your future.
Fuck you, Andrew.
Suck my cock. Serbian chick. Oh.
You're a fucking
nice
idiot. You
pussy.
don't even know about Serbia.
Oh,
You
nice
comment that.
pussy.
You would say, hey, fuck off. Hey, don't say that about Serbia.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you do not
I
know
had
me
the
or
best
Serbia.
orgasm in my life yesterday.
Magnus, get the
This was
fuck
it.
off, mid, you fucking pathetic imbecile.
Magnus is mid hero.
No, he's not. Cause, like, he sucks, and his stats are weak as fuck.
They don't call him Magnus for nothing.
Oh, Serbian bitches. Oh my
Serbia
god.
is the way. You know, in World War II, Serbia win the war.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, it looks like we have resumed. Okay, he is actually reconnecting back in now, right as they resume. So they just literally unpaused it as we're jumping back in. So I think they were getting to. He was trying to reconnect several times. He kept on desync and desync. So okay, he is back, and they are going to pause now. So okay, so maybe just going to give him just a minute to make sure that he's back. But
maybe he's joining Skype and he just.
Yeah, that too. That could be very
maybe
possible.
he was trying to like, well.
Okay, so we are back now, but once again, back in a pause. So yeah, this weekend again, gonna be continuing coverage here, obviously of this event. So gonna be moving on more and more losers bracket matchups, of course, as it starts to move on. The winner of this will be playing Stay Green. That's going to take place on Saturday. The later match, I believe it is, on Saturday. The winner of this playing Stay Green, and then whoever wins that series will eventually move on to the to DreamHack, qualify for DreamHack to play, representing the North American.
Did we
European
actually report?
regions,
We did, yeah, and you mentioned the AL.
Yeah, Absolute Legends did win their matchup against AFK, the AFK Cows.
AFK Milking Cows.
AFK
Milking Cows.
AFK Milking Cows team.
Yeah.
So
a lot of the old VDT squad. So
yeah,
they are out now. I mean, I didn't get to actually watch them play too much in this tournament. I'm gonna figure out a little bit about that matchup while we're waiting on
while
here.
we're back on camera.
Hey guys.
I
actually do have some of the replays. Cookies rocking out his infamous Witch Slayer in Game 2. Mookie's on Empath picking up Lextel, Jonas, Meisty playing the Ophelia. They do have their main roster across the board here in general, and King Plato, a.k.a. Jeffer, playing that signature Zephyr of his, Behemoth, Heart, Ghost Marchers, Frostburn, just completely stacked out in that final game, as well as a Lodestone.
Yeah.
They ran a Scout, Magnus, NG, Deadwood, Parasite on the other side. Game 1, highlights of that, they actually got to run a Flux strat. They picked up Engineer on VDT to prevent them from getting the Flux NG, like everyone seems to be stopping at this point. Otherwise, it's a very strong mid-game lineup. Flux, Pebbles, Torture, Parasite being played by King Plato, interestingly enough, and not Meisty in that setup, even though Meisty's normally the jungle spot, and Wretched Hag playing the Present 23.
Playing the Present 23.
Playing the Wretched Hag.
Great hero there.
Yeah. I want to play as Present 23. They attempted to run a Dark Lady in response, but just, couldn't put it together, it looks like. So, AL taking that series 2-0.
Staying alive, yeah. In fact, here,
Good
let me pull up the
games,
brackets real quickly. Just to see. Okay, so that's this is the only match, obviously, still remaining now before results. The loser of this match, so we keep saying the winner will play Stay Green, but the loser of this matchup will then play Absolute Legends in the losers bracket, by the way. So, that's something to keep in mind as well. Justice League is going to be set to play Lion Esports Club. According to the brackets that we have right here in the losers bracket. That, of course, will be the beginning match on Saturday. So, down to 6 teams. We are down to 6 teams now here. Only 2 of these 6 teams going to be qualifying. Only a third of these teams, do the math, going to be qualifying here for DreamHack Summer 2013, of course. So, again, it looks like he once again is timing out, and he's trying to still make sure to get it fixed up. So let's just go back and do another break again. No reason to continue rambling on here. But hopefully when we do come back, we will actually be good to go to resume this third and final game here.
Supposedly it might be a DDoS thing. He said he was still logged.
Yeah, so we'll let him get figured out. And
I guess.
We'll go back. Okay, well, he is reconnecting here, so maybe not.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's just see. Let's see about this one now. Okay, so he has reconnected. Maybe we won't have to wait.
Yeah, he is in there. He is in here, and
Okay.
I think he tried.
Think we might actually have a chance right here. I just probably jinxed us. We probably don't have a chance anymore.
I don't know. I'm gonna actually find out status.
Of course, it is a 1-0 hero kill game. Only 5 minutes in. Again, this series has definitely been flowing along fairly nicely, so it's unfortunate to run into errors like this, but hey, they do happen. Of course, Peter Pandam is hungry. That's his answer to the status.
Yeah, I'm not asking complexity. Thanks, guys. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, you did ask a broad question, to be fair. So. Just left Skype. Okay, let's take a break.
Just Skype. Okay, okay.
Oh, wait, no, never mind.
I think just
So
Skype
just
left.
Skype left. I read that. I'm it's dyslexic.
Are you?
It is, apparently. Okay, so.
Everything all of a sudden makes sense.
Everything. Whoa, wait a second. Just so it became a clear picture now. All right, so. Looks like they're just trying to get him back in Skype, and then we'll be good to actually jump back in here to game number 3. So. Again, something we can't forget, actually, and we really haven't continued to bring this up, but the Swedish qualifiers are also going to be taking place. Okay, yeah, let's actually jump back in.
Game
okay,
time.
Here we go. It looks like they are ready to go. Okay, look at Fade in the meantime in the middle lane. Right as we come back, Fuzi in some trouble. Being locked down here. Parasite coming with the Skeleton King, and Fuzi will eventually fall right there. So right away, Complexity capitalizing and coming out of the pause. Very strong. Takes out Fuzi there in the middle lane.
Yeah, Oogie now looking to try to catch this Tempest out, who's playing carefully around the trees, is trying to hit the level 6 wherever he can. It's a bad spot. All you can do is try to soak up experience, man, especially in a 1v1. So,
yeah.
Either way, I mean, he did pick up. He's up to 17 creep kills, nothing compared to the 30, but still making something happen. Lane control is actually pushing back towards Oogie, though, man.
Yeah. Oogie's continuing to have a very good time here.
He did hit level 6, though.
Is he going to go Primal Search? Or is he actually... Okay, no, he's not going to go Primal Search yet. Well, he's level 7 now, so Tarquake level 4. Also leveling up that Kindled Fury, so no point to get that Primal Search at least at this point, of course. So going to continue to farm with his other abilities.
This is a lot more laning presence for him in this matchup, so...
Ooh, Magnus taking the Burning Shadow stun right there, but it's going to be fine. Yeah, about that kill on a Fuzi, by the way. I mean, you got to think that Complexity was pretty aware that... Oh, Noob G woke at the top tower, by the way. Keeper of the Force was envious. He was trying his best to deny it, but just too much damage in the end. Ophelia was there, of course, also assisting with the Catman champion. But back to that kill, you got to assume that Complexity... Probably, I mean, they were pretty aware at that point. That center was back in base. You know, a very good chance, at least, because of the disconnect. And well, Fuzi, you can kind of question if... playing up as far as he did was smart.
Well, exactly. And well, the thing is, even if Sender was there, it wouldn't have stopped him from dying. So, especially alone.
Well, you see right here, they're actually going to try to go in. Tempest running in as well. Huge. Down goes Magnus. Elevator Boy going to come as well. Face suck from behind from Parasite, but still Nymphoria will also fall, and Parasite can just walk away. Tempest coming in clutch timing right there.
All of a sudden, the game is pretty neutralized, breaking the tower kill, landing out of the mage main. He's sitting at 345 gold per minute. He was actually trying to go to the mid lane, too, in case they needed additional assistance. Now they're pushing the mid lane with this Tempest Ophelia combination, and just like that, it seemed disaster. I mean, it still is. They're pushing out the bottom lane. They have a lot of room to make up here on complexity, but, you know, for a while there, I was like, okay. I mean, they're kind of in a horrible, not so much anymore.
Yeah, it's the tower kill on top of that, especially if they get this. Now, you do see Parasite coming out with the late support is coming, and Magnus nearby. They're going to try to stun Fade. It looks like, oh, he's just out of range. Give the Force. Does port in, though. Tempest, that's an illusion.
He was sent,
oh, no, that was
okay.
I'm like, wait a second. So, yeah, definitely gets that back, though. It's, I mean, good.
They actually tried to bait out
the route.
Yeah, but no, of course they were keen to what was going on.
Pretty aware at that point, so.
The tower being contested by Tempest here. And here's the port. The sun coming out just at the right timing.
Yeah, Oogie's in a lot of trouble. Burning Shadows. There's the mana rip. Says, where's your mana now? Drops Oogie. Very good timing there from IG. They not only get the tower deny, but they take out Oogie's, who's had free farm up until that point right
more
there.
Importantly, instead of Oogie dying, it's the mage bane that killed Oogie. So the enemy carry killing your own. That's not what you want to see. They're doing a good job trying to keep up the pressure here, but looks like they're a little bit on tilt, man.
Keeper the Forest actually pushing up pretty far. Will he get the run off? No, we cannot get the run off. He tries to next bell. Does not in time. Power Master going to be counted on in the meantime. So a 1-point exchange right there. Tempest, Fade, and Ophelia are chasing. There's a port coming in. Fade's not going to be used on a Fade, but the follow-up not necessary there. Oogie is porting in though. There's his lava search done. There, Tarquake on top. Oogie running with the conflagrate, and down falls Fade. So Trufflewater does get credit for that kill right there.
That was one of those cases after Fade, you just hate life, man. Fuzi had his stun up in one, almost zero.
Yeah.
Face hug comes in, silences him. He can't get the stun off. All of a sudden, he goes for the turnaround stun onto the Magnus. Magnus dodges that stun with his own lava surge, and then he gets pummeled in. So that's one of those moments where you're just like, oh man, just a second difference.
Yeah. Mage Bane, though, I mean, you talked about that kill that he got. He's obviously had plenty of free farm as well here at the top side, and it is showing off here. Here's nearing 400 gold per minute is Noob G. Has another 1,000 gold saved up on top of the sustainer already finished. In the meantime as well on Oogie's side, he also is having a great start, and he is in fact 30 gold per minute, about higher, 30 or 25 or so, higher than Mage Bane right now, and probably going to be working towards a Ring of Sorcery here, as he does have the Amulet of the Exile, of course, purchased. So back to the bottom lane. He will go, though, as Tempest is also back down here, but it is right now just a 1 versus 1 between the two. We see Oogie right there, going to take out the Elementals. He's trying to deny them, but Oogie just a little bit too quick. Ooh, top lane. Look at this. Actually, Gank going to be set up on a Mage Bane. They do have the root user support for Barmaster, but it's not going to matter. He's just a little bit too late right there. And now the chase is going to continue. Dust is going to be coming out right there, but Pyromancer the one that might need to be careful. Feel a beautiful line stun coming out from Beacon. Pyromancer will eventually go down, and now Insania is going to have to fall back right here. The eruption from Magnus big on top of Mage Bane. Man, the support was there, but obviously not enough. Bottom lane in the meantime, Primal Surge activated by Oogie. Tarquake coming out there. Not going to hit Fade, though. He'll eventually get away. Parasite is still chasing. Fade still wants to kill Oogie. Oogie needs to be careful. There's the opening right there. The call, the Burning Shadows are down. Falls Oogie in the end. Parasite takes over the minion, and we'll run away with it. You see using the hatch right there. Finish off the Warlock, but it is going to be fine. Top tower, though, is going to be pushing. We got a lot of action this game all of a sudden.
Yeah, back and forth, back and forth. It's kind of unfortunate considering they're the ones that wanted to make the action happen at bottom lane, but yeah, either way, Fade with that nice dip into the trees, came back into him and slayed the Oogie in the end. Top tower kill. Now you see they were making up for that lost gold. Early on, it was a little bit misleading because there was that coward kill in IG, so now they made up for it. You see how the graph is sort of represented on top of that double kill top lane. Ophelia actually trying to assert a little bit of pressure. Parasite's not around. They're just going to back out. Not wanting to deal with it.
Oh, Oogie right there. He actually needs to bring Shadow Stun as soon as he ports in. But yeah, going to be fine. But yeah, back to the top side. It looks like there's still possibility for that for a team fight to maybe take place. There is no root, of course, from Keeper. So no, it doesn't look like it. They're going to fall back. And will allow Mage Bane to continue to farm. Kinda. I mean, Keeper the Forest actually still here. He is right on top of a ward of Rev, though, so they're very aware that here's nearby, and you probably, Moonman probably suspects by now that they can see me because they were reacting right there, so.
Yeah, if anything, they have to be careful they don't bring numbers at this point.
See Fade in the meantime. Gonna roam towards the middle lane here. Just over 300 gold per minute currently on him. I mean, gold per minute charts. Solid for both teams, honestly. It definitely is better for complexity, and that shows with the 3,500 gold lead that they have. But Internet Gangsters also has plenty of good things.
You can't write either team off yet. Is the point. Yeah, they both have tons of potential here. Mage Bane. Fade. Look.
There we go. He's going to open the Steam Bath. Was used, destroying a little bit. There we go. The Zeal on top of that, and actually, Magnus will live in the end. Great reaction from B-Kid there.
Well, yeah, I would say a great reaction from Peter Pandam with the interrupting of the Pyromancer stun thanks to the Nymphora's Zeal, man. That was definitely huge in terms of Magnus living. Now they're trying to port in right behind him. They have no idea.
Yeah, big turnaround chance. Root is up. Magnus stuns right there on a Pyromancer. Also, Ophelia going to be gone on by Parasite, and they're both going to end up falling. You see right there, the Ophelia's touch came out, but just not enough. Parasite with that Codex he just recently finished, just showing it off. Oh, a beautiful British shots. The Elemental Void going to come in as well. Parasite not caught, but he does not have the face hug. And the players on the Legion side are starting to fall complexity. Magnus and Nymphora both go down. Keeper the Forest still alive, though. Parasite thinking about maybe going back in. He does not have the face hug, though, once again. So he's going to fall back ultimately. And that will be that. So at least a solid response from Internet Gangsters. there in that
Yeah,
fight.
it looked like they lingered a little bit too long. Great job with that fade. Tempest coming in at just the right moment. Right now, though, I want to look at it. The next 170 seconds right now, Elemental Void. Whenever I see a big ultimate like that, usually I like to keep in mind. Keeper of the Force has his ulti up. Tempest does not. Huge team fight advantage in favor of Complexity at this point. Magnus has his ulti ready to go. Fades is essentially Mage Bane's down for 75 seconds. Pyromancer's is down for 90 seconds. So the next minute and a half, two and a half minutes, especially all in favor of Complexity.
Ooh. Mage Bane in trouble. The root comes out of the face, gets ready to use. Look at the Codex coming out, and Mage Bane falls all of a sudden from half-life to nothing after the Codex use. So big gank from Complexity. The activity continuing here on their side. Peter Pan Dam denying the middle lane in the meantime, and making things a little more difficult for them. You do see Fade kind of roaming around up top. He does use a reflection, excuse me, with his ultimate, but not going to really find anyone. In fact, right on top of a Rev Ward right here. Oh, they're not going to go, or are they? Magnus kind of wants to, but a little bit too far away.
I mean, they're looking for a little bit of quick pickoffs, if anything. But, I mean, with those ultis down, I mean, they really have to be careful. Any engagement that Complexity would force is inherently in their favor. Of course, Keeper of the Forest route is down now, going to be up around the same timing as the Elemental Void, so not too much to worry there. Just, Oogie at this point, especially since they scouted out Fade, you can just use this time to realize, hey, I have a lot of time to free farm. I got my Gnome's Wisdom. Doing quite well. I got my Gravelock. He's got his stats built up. He needs to back out. Looks like Mage Bane is in range.
Yeah, not going to go.
No, Tempest wasn't able to reach him, unfortunately. No PK there, so he backed off at just the right timing.
He's going back in.
Nighttime did fade, so he does have that extended vision, being able to scout the Tempest out. It's only a fade, potentially, using the ultimate, able to lead stun to allow the Tempest to get in range that could catch him off guard. So, Wild Hunter, though, used by the Parasite, trying to close the distance here.
Yeah, trying to get that positioning. If they can maybe get Mage Bane a little too far up, you do see Parasite going to scout things out as well. Tempest actually in a lot of trouble. Then Nymphoria and Magnus both boarded. Tempest going to get absolutely annihilated. The burst damage is just so immense over here on this Legion side. Of course, starting with Riser on the Parasite, but Oogie assisting, and then Nymphoria having that surprise gotcha factor. So, Keeper of the Force was pushing the middle end in the meantime. In fact, Moomian needs to be a little careful. He is going to get away, so good distraction going on there. And the push also going to continue at the bottom side now. Complexity.
Right, and they have 20 seconds to push this tower here. Keeper root is up. Just waiting on the Tempest. Looks like they want nothing to do with it, so they are going to sack this tower, man. I mean, everyone's pretty much up and ready to go on here on Complexity. They're all in position. Codex up in just a few seconds, and Bolton and Fora can regen the Parasite's mana, so he has enough to use the combo on top of the Ring of Sorcery. As far as continuing the push here, I'm a little bit concerned with that decision. I mean, a bad fight here could mean a lot for Complexity. It is... Okay,
Yeah, they're not gonna...
Yeah, no, they're just trying to basically taunt them out. They had vision of the Mage Bane, so they probably didn't worry about getting cut out just yet, but yeah.
Portal key for Magnus, who's going to go to the side shop right here, and there you go. Portal key picked up for B-Kid.
You're a prophet, Breaky. How did you do that?
Man, it's just, I just
How
felt
did you
it,
do
know?
that?
Just felt it. Sometimes I'm just right, you know? So yeah, how's that Portal key now?
So Gravelock had actually transitioned into Sackstone for Rookie, so really just the Gnome's Wisdom, the Steam Boots, the Vestments, the Sacrificial Stone, early mid-game items, early to mid-game items plenty, so he's making a point that he is ready to fight, man.
Yeah.
And look at that, 20 armor right now. And that's not, he's not even near Ring of the Teachers. Between that Gnome's, actually he is, because the Gnome's Wisdom. Like, looking at his items, I see the Gnome's, I was like, oh, if he's got the Ring of the Teacher. Hey.
Top bottom lane, Riser. Just didn't even realize. I'm pretty sure that was a Wild Hunter. Yes, it was.
Yep.
There's a dead Wild Hunter there. So snuck up on him once again and gets the very quick kill. So problem with Parasite, obviously, when he is in those minions, so hard to catch, even as a spectator.
Sometimes. What he doesn't have, though, was that Nature's Veil. So we have about 30 armor there on Oogie with the Keybird's protection.
Man, Oogie just tearing up these triple stack Ancients right there. You see, ooh, he actually purchased a glowstone here. Picked up by Oogie. Interesting.
See, I've seen people do it, and I actually...
Parasite is going to fall in the end. Fade with a new portal key actually gets the tower. Nice deny, though, at least on the tower from Riser. So.
See, I brought up the option of an Icon of the Goddess the other day on Oogie, and everyone's like, no, it sucks, don't do it. I'm hoping he goes
now
in
that Tralf is going to do it, it's like, oh, it's the best thing ever.
Yeah, I got flamed for it, but maybe we'll see a Frost Wolf or something.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, obviously there is no staff. Well, I would just double check that. But yeah, so no staff and master possibility, but Frosted Skull is a possibility.
I was just going through the icon of gods. I'm like, hey, I like that they tried to do something with this item, but it's not seeing any play. Maybe it could be used on Oogie, and then they weren't having it. But we'll see. We'll see.
I think it's. I bet you. I mean, it definitely is a very situational item in the sense that if you are having momentum, especially as a team, then it could be an item that can, if you can guarantee yourself that you can get those charges as soon as you start getting it, as soon as you get it, then that's where it really obviously has most efficiency. So, and I think that's kind of where Tralf is at right now. Again, he may just simply get the glowstone for now, just for stats, and then go something else, and then maybe eventually turn it into then a Frosto Skull or something like that. But
yeah,
we'll see.
I think they're making it for it. They want to team fight all they can right now. Parasite has the Codex. They have the Keep Root. They've got the Shaman Touches. Barrel will be coming up before too long. I mean, they're just like, hey, we want to fight right now. So he's getting items that are going to help him win the fights right now. As long as that happens, I mean, you can't stop him. So.
Yeah, so Oogie going to lead the way right here. The tower obviously dropping pretty quickly. You see IG, Internet Gangsters, not looking interested in defending. Pretty much been the name of the game here for these last couple of minutes even. So the middle secondary tower falling. The only outer tower is that top tower now. Again, it still is fairly early, but they are ready to go. They got their cooldowns. They seem pretty bulked up. Here we go in the midst of it. Ophelia porting back Tempest right there to kind of have him distract a little bit.
It's bait, man. Trying to bait out those huge cooldowns. It's a nice way you can use the Ophelia. Ophelia's Judgment early on. The cooldown is only 16 seconds on it, so they were like, hey, if we baited out a Keeper Root at that point, if we baited out a Mag Stun and able to counter-initiate, let's do it.
Yep. Not going to happen, though, in the end, so Complexity is going to fall back. They did get a little bit of damage, and good amount of damage, actually, on the tower. Still well alive, though. We do have Magebane. He's going to realize that it's time for him to start getting back as they do retreat from pushing into the base, so Magebane is going to be fine in the end. He sees maybe even be TPing out here shortly, or is he just taking the long way around?
I'm curious to see if he's going to have that glowstone just go for something more like maybe a Shrunken Head or something from here, maybe a Sheep Stick. We've seen a lot on Oogie. A Shrunken Head could be useful when you're looking at a target like this Magebane, who's, is going for the icon right away, so.
Yep.
Yeah, going to force these there.
Well,
yes.
Yeah, I mean, Icon of the Goddess in a serious match. I know we've seen it before, like in a very trollish match, but was it Torturous Slicks? Okay, yeah, you're right. I do remember that.
Before he started going the Gnomes route.
Yeah, that's right. But talk about one of the most rare items to ever see. Hell, even rarer than Doombringer, you could say, is an Icon of the Goddess, and we just saw one here, picked up by Oogie, being played by Troffmandor, of course. So fun stuff there. They are going to now push the top lane, obviously using Nymphora to help TP up here as well. And all 5 of them are up here now. You got Magnus. Look at Magnus. Bika just sitting way in the background. He is ready to counter if need be, but it ain't going to be happening here at least. The final outer tower is going to fall for Complexity. So right now, Internet Gangsters definitely need to be worried about their base here. Again, still earlier on, only 21.5 minutes, but they're going to counter push, so that's good news for at least IG, but Shrunken Head being worked on by Magebane, by the way. With that new Ring Cleaver, he's been farming up quite a bit, of course, as expected. But still not able to
try to take a look at the Parasite. Faye tried to initiate, but completely whips the Burning Shadows. Not that it matters. He was doing it quickly because he was getting sent back. He better be thankful that Parasite didn't just blast him off the map at that point, man.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but would the Face Hug take off the port buff?
Oh, yeah, because purges do, but I'm not sure what the interaction of that. I can't tell you what the interaction is.
For how much we've seen these heroes go at it, I honestly can't. I'm a little surprised that I'm not a little more certain on that, because we see them all the time. But I would think it at the very least would purge it, but because it is purgeable, of course. But if he actually gets it, that would be kind of silly, obviously.
Yeah, there's certain things that just don't apply.
Yeah.
Though,
Fade is going to go in right here with that coL again. He is being sent back, so he will eventually port back there. So no initiation right there. Oh, he's going to be absolutely burst, and the Mana Rift comes out from Magebane, and that is the downside of an Oogie against a Magebane right there. That is why you pick up Magebane against him. Nymphora's going to go for the TP. That ain't going to happen. She gets spotted by the dust. A double tap coming out for Nuke G. Man, that was big.
Yeah, it was. I was a bit surprised they went that far. I mean, if anything, I expected maybe to see a counter initiate. Parasite did have the portal key at that point. Magebane didn't have the Shrunken Head yet. I was actually honestly expecting to potentially see a counter initiate coming out maybe if anything between the Magnus and the Parasite onto that Mage Bane before he was able to get it off, and then if Tempest tried to ulti, you saw the Keeper come out.
Yeah.
Not so much, and I don't know, it's a little bit strange. I think they were trying to bait out the right moment to follow, but everyone was waiting, looking for the angle, and they were just like, don't have it. So then Mage Bane pretty much had a free go.
Yeah, actually, I got to credit Pam on this one. He actually just let me know that Keeper of the Force just uses a root right there, but he completely whiffed it. I believe he was trying to either catch Tempest or that Fade, but caught neither one. So Keeper of the Force, root cooldown, is going to be for another 90 seconds here. And I also wonder if IG even saw that, if they were already away to the point where they may not have seen it. So if they have that information or not. Kind of curious about. But Mage Bane level 16, so of course that means he has a level 3 mana rift now, which is so deadly in a game like this. And on top of that, has that Shrunken Head now finished. So.
And, you know, they were able to kill Mage Bane before. Like, that's what I'm worried about, man. I thought they were able to kill Mage Bane before. Now that he has a Shrunken Head, it's like, well, how do they go about approaching this?
Yeah.
They can't, they don't have a Hellflower or anything. It's
true. See Ogi coming up here. They're trying to find that Pyromancer, but he's able to jet on out of there before he gets jumped on, so gonna be fine. Icon of the Goddess, yeah, it's not. Doesn't have any charges for him yet, and the fact that he's had it now for 3-4 minutes, a little unfortunate for Trouf, but they are gonna make their way back to the top lane. All 5 of them are here. Yeah, all 5 of them
felt
are
like
here.
they felt like they wanted to end the game before Mage Bane got Shrunken Head, and well, they lost the fight that they were trying to do where they could take the tower and open it up. Unfortunately, just by a bit here, so they're pressuring it again. But this time, he does have the level 16. He does have the Shrunken Head, and all of a sudden, yeah, that might be a little more insight as to why he tried to rush an item like that. That would aid him in pushing the base. He is up in front right here.
Oh, we do see initiation coming out. Mage Bane jumps in. Oogie's low in mana. The mana rift comes out the air. We have the mana rift. Just so much damage. And before it did fall, Oogie barely still alive right now. Primal Surge going to be used, but it's just not going to be enough. Mage Bane just too powerful. Double tap for Noob G coming out right there. Obviously, the Shrunken Head no longer on for him, but he is now going to jump on a Magnus. Also gets locked down by Fade. A hat trick for Noob G, but the team support, no doubt, doing plenty there for Internet Gangsters. The Elemental Void wasn't even used. Complexity again knocks on the door, and they could just get knocked down themselves.
Yeah, man, the Keeper of the Forest route was not even up yet when they were pressuring the racks that heavily. So in terms of a response, that did play into the fact where Moonmeander used that route.
Yeah.
And they knew they had to try to close out the game. And the fact that they didn't even need to use that Elemental Void, and right now Tempest is well on his way to a Shrunken Head before they can actually make anything happen, is spelling Doomsday out here for Complexity. I mean, Mage Bane, without seeing a Shrunken Head up on Oogie, that's, you know, Icon of the Goddess was fun to see, but you almost kind of wonder if you really did need it at this point.
Yeah.
Before trying to make something like that happen.
Oh, top lane. Look at this. Look at, they're being crafty here. They send a Keeper of the Force with an 4 TP. They want to kill them in the Rex, but at what cost? Moonmeander gets countered on immediately. He's being locked down. Nature's Wrath comes out. He's trying to invis. Obviously, he just can't, though, so the response is going to be successful. Will they get the kills in question? I mean, I'm sure they will eventually. Oh, Peter Pan also gets picked up, and yeah, he's just cutting, toying with them, at least making it last as long as possible. I mean, they're desperate, man. I mean, what other ways there would to put it? When they just try to do that right there, I mean, IG easily reacts to it and gets them killed.
Yeah, that was gigantic. If they were all in position, they had the read, they figured that was happening. And look at where Sender had the Ward of Sight, though, man. I mean, look at why it happened. They were so quick because Sender had the ward placed out behind as well, so. I mean,
unsuccessful.
Complexity, man, you guys were looking strong, but I don't know. You got the portal key up on Parasite, and I felt like they tried to force the encounter just a little bit too much. They got a little bit too eager. I mean, you can go back and say that the Mage Bane did not have his Shrunken Head yet. You know, they had forms of initiation. They potentially could have made it work. It just, in the end, at this point, what can you do? You're going to want to see a token up on this Mage Bane who, you know, since, look, when they initially tried and lost that top fight, Mage Bane didn't even have a Shrunken Head yet.
Yeah. Now he has
a Firebrand, 1,700 gold, and a token.
Yeah.
That's a Geometer's Bane coming out in a sec. That's an ultimate counter to the Legion team coming out. Like, that's... Geometer's Bane, not only because there's not only because of the additional mana burn, it's Geometer's Bane Shrunken versus Keeper of the Force versus Keeper of the Force who does not even have a restoration zone soon. So, you know, now you're looking at Complexity, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, we got to make this, we got to push before this happens. It almost makes you wonder, though, when you go back to the drafting phase, because especially seeing it here, you see how much of a clear-cut counter this Mage Bane is to Oogie, especially without the right tools, without a Shrunken Head. So
yeah.
now that we've seen that, you can go. They picked Oogie up pretty early there, man. Like, not pretty early.
Well,
I mean, they picked up in the last part of their normal drafting phase, as late as they could have, knowing that Mageman was in the pool.
Yeah.
And
hey, that's
Mageman was banned out in the previous game, so.
But that's the thing. They were, I believe, both the first and second it was banned out by IG, if anything, and then it wasn't banned out this time. So then complexity. Then this game, they figured they'd try to go Oogie, despite Oogie not being touched the first 2 games. So.
And it is against a Fade and a Magebane, so
and
truly,
a Fade too. Yeah, right.
Truly punishing. I mean, I wasn't entirely sure how it would play out with the massive team fight complexity. I could see them just having that snowball advantage, wiping them all out and making it happen, but that really just isn't the case, as we can see more and more here. They're not giving up yet, but they need that Shrunken Head up on Oogie pronto, man.
Yeah.
They were silly to have fought without it now.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely turning out to be an absolutely crazy game, for sure. I mean, IG, you can argue that they have all the momentum now themselves. I mean, Geometer's Bane going to be finished here. It's actually being delivered to Magebane right now. He still has plenty of time with that token of life, of course. In fact, about 5 minutes remaining, so doesn't need to worry about that being up anytime soon.
Yeah, buyback on top of it, so good luck pushing against that.
Yeah, Shrunken Head just finished on Tempest, by the way, too. He's also level 16. He's got that Shrunken Head portal key here.
2 counters, in a sense, to the Shrunken Head Tempest, but the counters are you can only look at them so much as counters because you're still forcing those ultimates to be used. If Phase Hug is used, it's not doing damage. Parasite's not going to be able to burst you down and kill you, so yes, they stop it. It's not fair to call it a straight counter. It's a way to deal with it. It's not a be-all, end-all, like, because we have this, you're dumb for getting Shrunken Head, or we're going to cancel, we're going to be in favor in the fight. No, it's just one way that you can try to deal with something. You're still wasting spells on him, or trying to use things on their watch, not yours.
Yeah. Yeah, so Oogie, he's doing everything he can to try to finish that Shrunken Head. He's getting very close in the jungle. Triple stack Ancients just cleared by Magebane, though, in the meantime, fairly quickly. Another 1,300 gold already saved up for him. Storm Spirit finished on Fuzi, by the way, playing this Fade. So really going to make sure to help keep Magebane alive, if anything, and also some nice movement speed buff. Always never a bad thing for Fade, especially when she's in that ulti form. So hoping her continuing to. Oh, they also have one on Ophelia, by the way, too. So double Storm Spirit over here on the Hellborn side. Now even more problems that are that complexity is having to approach here. So again, clearly the Shrunken Head's the one big item that they're waiting for. Are they going to still wait a little bit more is the kind of the question. But you also obviously token of life on Magebane, so some tough decisions to be made here by complexity in the near future. And then Forrest still level 10. That's also pretty big. So she's still only able to take one person with her. If she was able to take a second one with her, definitely the opportunity for getting some kills on this map right now could be a little more possible. But
yeah, I got to look back and say, man, when Fuzi initiated on the top lane, got that double stun right in front of the base entrance there, followed up by the Magebane with that ulti on Oogie. I mean, that was such a huge play. I mean, so a huge credit out to Fuzi this game, and how precise his fate has been.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you go for those stuns and the way they stagger just doesn't line up the way you want. He has been on point.
Magebane level 20 now. Again, another 2,400 gold saved up. You talked about, I mean, buyback also pretty good for him. And Tempest invisible currently. He's kind of walking around. Might see if he gets an opportunity with that. Soulsborg was just finished by Keeper of the Forest, so solid item pick up there. But you can tell IG now is going to try to make a move themselves. They're kind of grouping up here in the Legion jungle. You got 2.5 minutes on the token of life, so this seems like pretty good timing by them right here. Trying to find somebody, but complexity not being left out alone right here. They're going to be fine. Will they defend the tower? It's probably not. You do have Oogie nearby. He needs to be careful, though. He gets caught up by himself. That would be tragic. So the tower will fall easily in favor of IG. Right now, the top secondary, it's very low already. In fact, Magebane is probably just going to go in here by himself. Yeah, he's just going to go in Geometer's Bane and finish that as well. So all outer towers have now been destroyed on both sides here in this game. 32.5 minutes in so far. So IG probably going to continue. Again, they still have that token for another minute 45 here and counting. So
they're content to decide. Look at that, they're stealing the Ancients here as well. I mean, pretty much going to force him back. Keeper's doing a great job there. Moon is farming what he can, but he's not close to anything at this point. He's not picking up any major new item that's going to be the tide change. You see Parasite actually working on what should ultimately be a Sheepstick gonna get scouted out here by an invisible Fade though, and gonna follow him around. He's actually farming the neutral camp and who's that nearby? Ophelia's nearby. He's gonna interrupt TPs if they try to use it. I mean, he is trapped out. He is dead.
Yeah, he's unless he does that.
Now, yeah, okay.
Fade's trying to find him.
Yeah, it's not like Fade.
Never mind. Yeah. There's the opening right there. Riser's like, oh crap, here we go. He's gonna try to turn around on a Fade. A lot of damage, but not gonna be nearly enough. He will eventually fall. Ophelia did even Ophelia's touch right there, actually. And we'll port back.
Could have just stunned in the first place.
Yeah,
it's a little bit weird that they had to use it because now they actually don't have the timing on Magebane's token with the Ophelia's touch. A little bit strange, but Fade was ported back, is trying to rejoin his team as soon as possible. So taking a look at the token timer, 30 seconds. It's going to be up around 37:30.
Yeah, the Rex. It's already at half life. I mean, finally
no
the
port
really
on
comes out.
Oogie. No port on Magnus
geez.
here. The Nymphora porting back, however, it's not going to be in time breaking.
Oh, jeez. I mean, how? How do you have no port at this point? I mean,
he skipped the coops.
Yeah.
How do you have no port? I don't know. They just caught him off guard, I guess. I mean, that's
easy near the Rex. Yeah, I wonder.
Complexity.
I wonder if IG even knew that, or if they just simply went in, to get them to port back and realized nothing was happening. So
they probably knew it. Look at where they have the wards. They have a ward there on top, pretty deep in. They saw people there. I'm pretty sure they knew. You wouldn't just do that unless you knew. I mean, that's
lack of TP.
A perceptive play.
Definitely hurting complexity there, and gives what ends up being IG a free melee racks for them. So that's going to make that bottom lane that much more annoying now to have to deal with. Token of Life obviously has worn off now, so Conqueror going to be resurrecting another 2 or 3 minutes here.
Yeah, about 2.5 there.
Fade finding Parasite. Will he maybe get another opportunity here? No, but Fade is just going to simply more so use this for the vision aspect than anything. But Complexity grouping up here at the bottom side right now. Going to see about maybe making a push here at this bottom lane. I mean, again, they tried several times earlier. It wasn't able to work. Now they farmed up at least a little bit, but obviously the downside is that you've also allowed a lot more farm time for the opposition. In fact, look at that. Frostwolf Skull just finished by Magebane on top of his other items. Has 2,700 life pool on top of the Shrunken Head, and he's also hitting very hard and still hitting very extra hard against your Oogie.
Yeah, double escapes for the Keeper. Just, hits immensely powerful. Can actually initiate the fights.
Okay, well, he used a Shrunken Head right there, so won't have that anymore at least.
Yeah, the ledge there kind of screwed him. He was like, oh yeah, tablets.
Thought he had him trapped, but all of a sudden, no more
Shrunken Head. So if anything, Complexity at this point, they're like, tokens down. You just gave us an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, what better now?
The opportunity is somehow bringing down this 2,700 health to Magebane. And it's not like they have a Tempest on their side.
Yeah, it's still very difficult without the Shrunken Head, even without the Shrunken Head. So it's not like a free now push by any means, but it is something. I mean, when you're in a situation that Complexity's in, especially, I mean, you are looking for anything. So they got a little bit of a window here in that sense, but are they even going to be able to break through is a question. It's now already down to 27 seconds and counting here before the cooldown is back up for the Shrunken Head. So you do see Oogie is kind of in the front line, so throw out a Tarquake right there, but no, they're not going to push the issue. Conqueror is going to be coming up again in about another minute here. And maybe that's what they're kind of hoping for. If anything, maybe catch them at a Conqueror kill or try to steal Conqueror themselves. But obviously, you are just buying more and more time for this Magebane Fade coming in as well. There's that Bound Dying Keeper, so Uzi knows very well that needs to be very careful here at the same time about getting caught out by them, but still giving his team that information that Fade does so well. In fact, finding him yet again. But not going to initiate, so.
Yeah,
okay, Conqueror is back up
but
now.
still proving to be an incredible nuisance here. I mean, I think the major point of that hero has always just been the tree walking, the clear vision across the board.
Yeah, you just move around so quickly.
Yeah, compared to any other ganker, that's just such an immense advantage. So play a little bit more aggressively nowadays, but not aggressively, I should say, but less about the whole dismantling of the enemy's wards. It's a little bit more fair, I guess, but still just
Conqueror up, and immediately IG goes to the Conqueror pit and starts dropping him. Complexity. They're going to send in some tree dogs, so they will have exact information that it is being done right here, but okay, they are grouped up, actually. This is an opportunity now for Complexity to try to make a hold right here. Oogie kind of running in. You see the Tarquake coming out, but not really hitting too much. Another Tarquake kind of guessing. Yeah, he's just kind of throwing it out there, if anything, to see what's going on. Maybe bait something out, but still nothing. There's a Problem Surge. There's the Shark Attack. Conqueror almost dead. It is going to be picked up by Mage Bane. They'll be the token alive. The auto attacks on Oogie. Now he's trying to keep that mana pool up, but that mana is draining pretty damn quickly. Shark Attack going to be wearing off. Mage Bane jumps in the background. His Shark Attack has ward off, but now Magma's trying to stun away. Does get the stun off. Nature's Wrath applied to him. That mana wrath 1,000 damage. Right over. Look at that. The burst damage that's way too immense for Oogie. Tempest ultimate in the background catches Magnus and Parasite right there, and now they're going to be on the run. Magnus will stun Tempest, tab it away. Will it be enough for the chase, though? Steam Bath's going to be as even to try to destroy them a little bit. There's another portal key. Mage Bane blinking in, though, and now the auto attack start. Beacon will eventually fall as well. 3 players end up dying right there for Complexity. Trouf and Beacon can buy back, though. So
looks like they started the ports at first, and they're like, wait, 3 people are down, Keeper Root's down, and we kind of want to push. Please don't port. The CC vote coming out.
Oh, jeez.
It was just too time at that point. You can tell how easy the fights were going to take. I mean, they were trying to do anything, not even kill a damn thing. So
yeah.
Whew. I mean,
damn.
Gotta say, well played early on. Nice aggression come out for Complexity, but it wasn't enough to salvage the sort of counter-picking themselves with the Oogie first.
Yeah.
With the Mage Bane. So we talked about the Oogie in each game. We talked about how the Mage Bane was banned, like, buying a room for Oogie. And even in those situations, the teams weren't picking him. And then the game where Mage Bane is in the game, he's picked out, and it's not.
Sure enough.
And I mean, they may have had a chance. You know, once again, going back, he kind of needed like a shrunken head or something to try to deal with this Mage Bane before he got too huge. But I think it might have been a case of, and it's not that much more gold to farm up the Shrunken, but it might have been a case of, hey, we want to close out this game before he gets Shrunken, because no matter what we have at that point, once he gets the Shrunken, we're feeling the threat. Maybe that was it. Either way, all I know, it was a good game. It was a good series break. He went the full distance. It was neck and neck, but in the end, you know, I'm sure Complexity learned a mistake that they won't repeat again. Not after losing like that. That was huge. Congrats to IG, man.
Yeah, it definitely was. IG, obviously, all the deserving for them. Internet Gangsters take the series 2 games to 1, defeating Complexity. And again, that means they're now going to be playing Stay Green in the winners bracket finals. Whoever wins that will be the first team that will qualify out of this event and go to DreamHack Summer 2013, representing the North American European region. So setting up a big matchup there. Obviously hasn't refreshed it, but let me just reload it real quickly for you guys, and it should be uploaded with it. There you go. Internet Gangsters winning 2 games to 1 right there. So they're going to be playing Stay Green. Complexity getting knocked down. Going to be matched up against Absolute Legends in the losers bracket. That's not a, you know, you get to the losers bracket, you may figure, okay, and let's try to fight back here. But that's a tough matchup right away in the losers bracket that they're going to have to match up against, of course. So definitely a devastating loss for Complexity, no doubt. But Internet Gangsters, the victor in the end. Whether, you know, mistakes, sure, that's how it always, I mean, there are always mistakes that happen, but Internet Gangsters had the better time and take the series 2 games to 1. So
it's got to be frustrating because there's heroes that can do really well against Tempest too, that scale well in the late game, that aren't Oogie, that, you know, they could have drafted. Maybe they were afraid of potentially getting Oogied if they didn't pick up Oogie there. But in that case, then you can look at Mage Bane. You know, so you don't get Oogied. And, you know, Trouf has been known for banning it to the point where IG was banning it out each game. So, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, there you go. It is a result in the end. Again, we obviously had some delays right there and everything, but in the end, it was a great series, 3-game series, and well played by both teams. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are the brackets looking. 6 teams remaining. Only 2 of those teams going to be qualifying for the DreamHack Summer 2013 event. That will wrap up coverage for today, however, as well. Again, another great day in the books here in Honcast. It's been a lot of fun throughout obviously this last week is when this event started, throughout this week, and now into this following weekend where it will be wrapping up. It's been a good time for Han, and a lot of fun content coming out. So, and it's going to continue on Saturday. With that said, again, one more quick reminder: Saturday and Sunday coverage will be continuing, as you see on your screen right there, starting at 12 p.m. Eastern. That's 9 a.m. Pacific. And 1800 Central European time both of those days. Both of those days will be a doubleheader, and each day we will find out which team that will be going. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, another good day in the books. Emperor, final words from yourself? Anything? Nothing?
Got Mage Bane, man. What am I supposed to say about all that, man? I mean, I don't know. We saw right there why you just don't pick into a mage main. At least not without something that you can deal with it. I mean, no. Shout out to the community. Always my pleasure to be casting here, Breaky. Just glad to be here, dude. So yeah, thank you.
We're going to see you on Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, to wrap things up officially. Again, one more time, congratulations to Internet Gangsters here for our cast. Stay Green versus IG, the winners bracket finals. That's going to be fun. The rest of this event is going to be a blast. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you Saturday. Have a good night.